Okay, good evening. It's Monday, August 19th. You are watching the Convergence Report with Mike Thomas on XZ's TV, live streamed by Knockstrom Digital Media. We are being live streamed right out of the downtown Windsor Business Accelerator at 720 Ouellette Avenue in Windsor, Ontario. Tonight on the Convergence Report, I'm going to do a little recap on the International Children's Games. Like what we had a media pass, we were there. We were able to take some footage, some shots, and do some coverage. I did a little bit myself tonight, and Betty Goodell was able to do a little bit of coverage on the times that I couldn't be there, so she might do a little update of herself on her show on Thursday. And also Palooza, like it was a combination weekend of a lot of things going on. So I got some nice pics and some nice little pics and video and things put together, trying to give a different blend to the show. So we'll talk about that a little bit. If time allows, I'm going to kind of watch the clock. I was kind of leaving the Harper, Duffy, and Wallen report out of it today, but some breaking news on Stephen Harper. And every time he seems to be out of town, he doesn't have to face the big press. He makes all kinds of crazy announcements about proroguing Parliament again, and it's almost like a Senate dodge as we're going to go forward. So we'll see where that takes us. So we'll do that. And again, something like that. That's kind of my Facebook. I saw that because that's where I picked it up on. And of course, I'm going to take a couple of some of the community events, something happened on the weekend, and some of the things that are up and coming. So I'm Mike Thomas. You are watching the Convergence Report, XZ's TV, live streamed by Knockstrom Digital Media. And again, we're at the downtown Windsor Business Accelerator. Stop in. We'll be right back.
You're watching XZ TV broadcasting live from downtown Windsor for the Windsor Downtown Business Accelerator. And this is the Convergence Report with Mike Thomas. We'll be right back.
And we're back. I'm Mike Thomas. You are watching Convergence Report. And it's a little recap. I'm going to talk a little bit about the International Children's Game. It was a major event, no doubt, a major event for the city of Windsor, Windsor-Essex County. And it really seemed that it went without a hitch, off without a hitch, with all the work, all the pre-planning, all the committee work that was done. Eddie Francis, he was very, very proud of how this event all came together, with the little glitches here and there. They said they couldn't have been done without the volunteers. It was just they worked so hard to make sure that they took care of business, that make sure everything ran smoothly, and it was just actually just perfect. So I kind of I'll Alex put the pic. I took some pics out there. Put the first one up there. That's talking about the games themselves. Give me the next one, Alex, with Eddie himself. A couple little pics there on the next slide. And here, there was Eddie. He was like Eddie Francis, Mayor Eddie Francis. He was there. He was overseeing it. I saw him there. I also saw him at Forest Glade Community Arena, to Community Center. Was checking out the gymnastics. So he was bouncing around, making sure everything was going smoothly and in place. And here he is with Beth Ann Prince from the Windsor Family Credit Union. So they're kind of overseeing. He looked a little pensive. Okay, this was the afternoon shoot as far as the swimming went, so it was good to see Eddie out there. He definitely brought his daughter along with him, so he was hitting the areas, hitting the events, making sure making sure he was a good presence around the International Children's Games. So that was pretty neat. As reported by as reported by Joel Boyce of the Windsor Star, who covered it quite thoroughly on the weekends. He said, just quoting it, he says, "Our reputation, Windsor's reputation, has been established on the world stage," said Francis. "The only way to describe the last 4 days with the ICG is simply awesome." Okay, so it was a very awesome occurrence. Everyone has responded with incredible passion, and that's what led to the success of the game. So it was excellent. It was absolutely excellent. And some other dignitaries. We had some other dignitaries around. And go to the next slide there. Okay, showing in the corner, and she popped in, Teresa Perusa. Okay, she was also at the Aquatic Center watching the races, and of course, our little buddy Sport. He was there all weekend long, bouncing around making sure they was greeting the kids and greeting everybody that was involved. So it was really, really excellent. And I'll talk a little bit about it behind the scenes if we can try. We keep on trying different things on the Convergence Report. How about a little bit of video? Some of the events, I went to the soccer, I went to gymnastics, I definitely covered the swimming. I couldn't wait to get to the aquatic center itself. So let's kind of put that up there, Alex, and we'll do that, and I'll kind of talk about the medal rounds themselves. Okay, you kind of see it in the background. Mark, get set, go. The top 10, really China. China was number 1 with 42 medals, 14 golds. Taiwan was next best with about 37 total medals. Again, they had 14 golds, so that's why China got the placement over them. Canada, third place. Third place with 6 gold medals. They did an excellent, excellent job. 11 silver, 7 bronze, 24 medals in total. So to finish third in their own set of games, it was just an excellent, excellent experience. Excellent for Windsor to show up. It was just unbelievable. Windsor Essex, or the Canadian team, to show up and do such a wonderful job. And I even have to I have to do this. My son's getting married very shortly to a very very beautiful Polish young woman. And Poland, give them the shout out. Poland in 10th place. They took 7 medals, 4 golds, 1 silver, and 2 bronze. So I'm very, very proud of my future daughter-in-law's heritage and success. So that was excellent. As far as it really went for Canada, there was some, Rachel Rohde, first day, she got the 100 meter freestyle. So she started with the gold, and I guess on day 4, we ended with a gold with the girls basketball as we beat South Korea, and that was kind of something. It was new for Canada for us to win a basketball medal, especially a gold, and the boys also pulled off the bronze. Baseball, silver. We lost to Detroit 3-2. I think it was a walk-off at the end. I'm going to talk to my wife today. It was a walk-off hit or home run that won that game. Girls soccer was silver. We had some in track and gymnastics, and the only sport that we were shut out of was volleyball. So again, overall, we did such a wonderful, wonderful job in doing that and responding so well under, again, the world stage, the world scene, to perform very, very well. Very good for our youngsters going forward. When you hope to see some of those names and some of the youth in the next upcoming Olympics. Hopefully, it was an excellent, excellent start for them. And I did go to the aquatic center. What a beautiful place that is. Go to the next slide. Yep, and to show that, I was doing the inside, Nicholas was up, but I want to really show the outside. They really did an excellent job, and this is out front of the building itself, and it is going to be called the Windsor International Aquatics and Training Center, sponsored by the Windsor Family Credit Union. So it's just gorgeous to see. And as we bounce around and take a few pics here and there and some different shots, when I was at the Forest Glade Community Center, they had the little kangaroo mascot, and I didn't go over and ask any questions as I was kind of behind the benches a little bit, but it was from the Australian team. So some of the neat sights you see as they brought all their luck and all their glory in trying to win as many medals as possible. So that was also very, very neat to see. So in saying that, I thought, it was just an excellent weekend. It turned out perfectly. I did not have the opportunity to go down to the passport of the world, but I did get a report in from Betty Goodell, and she said it was just unbelievable. It was just it was just so packed. And again, you have Palooza all around it. So it was just a jam-packed weekend for the city of Windsor, for the downtown city of Windsor, and showing that they were able to do it. I don't think, other than some other things happening around, but as far as no incidents downtown, it was actually a perfect weekend, a lot of fun for everybody to be had. So, in saying that, I'm Mike Thomas. This is the Convergence Report, live streamed by Knockstrom Digital Media on XE's TV. We will be back right after this.
You're watching the Convergence Report with Mike Thomas. This is XE's TV, broadcasting live from downtown Windsor, from the Windsor Downtown Business Accelerator. We'll be right back. You're watching the Convergence Report with Mike Thomas. We'll be right back.
Okay. And we're back. You're watching the Convergence Report. I'm Mike Thomas. And that's, it's the Facebook karma, the Facebook news. It's all about, thought police, who's watching who. And I saw that on the internet today, or I saw that on Facebook, and I try to follow Twitter. And again, I was kind of taking a break. I thought politics was actually slowing up a little bit. The elections have kind of gone through. We're waiting for the next federal by-elections. But they just don't stop. They absolutely don't stop. It kind of started out over the last couple of days. It's Pamela Wallen's turn. She's being investigated. We kind of knew that she was there, but they hit Duffy so hard that they really weren't talking too much about Pamela Wallen. And she was saying this happened and that happened. And then now, as the pressure begins to build, and again, somebody that's putting in expenses that doesn't, I'm saying I'm the senator from Saskatchewan, then why is my permanent residence in the Toronto area or in Ottawa or wherever? And again, now it's her turn to get caught, and she was stonewalling. And then, of course, it's time to throw more people under the bus. She said that, I was told to rewrite my receipts, to rewrite my information so that would fit under these guidelines. And then here we go again. So the RCMP is kind of looking at it. They're saying, well, we need more information from you now because we already got Duffy. Okay, got him under the gun, and now we have Pamela Wallen, and now it's more senators. And again, I don't know what it is, but it really seems, I think people better be careful of this. Be careful in that if they think that it's to abolish the Senate, if this is what they're trying to drive for and say, if we can't manage it, we can't control it, get rid of it, you really better do some research, do some research on your own to make sure that you make that final decision, or you support the final decision of the Harper government without saying nothing, as we Canadians do sometimes, without saying anything, just kind of nodding our head and saying, okay, well, he knows best. Then we got to really make sure that that's the proper decision going forward. And why is it all of a sudden, after all these years, that it's become information's being released? Usually I kind of say there's a reason for something happening, and you're kind of looking at it, and it's because they're trying to make something go away, because if you make the Senate go away, it gives more power to the majority government. That still is my opinion. I still believe that. I have had some discussions and some debates with friends of mine. I still disagree with your overall process. I said at the end, let's make it work. Let's make it work and be fair. Let's try to find a good system that is basically what it was supposed to be. Okay, the upper house was supposed to be the watchdog on the lower house so they don't run amok. And we already see that even with the upper house, okay, the Senate there, you have a Stephen Harper running amok, and he's still doing it. And now when I talked about my 7 stages, he thinks he's restructured himself. He thinks he's back because now he says, I'm going to prorogue this government. I'm back to being tough little Stephen Harper. Okay, and he's now saying, get off my back. I will be leading the Tories in 2015. And the funniest thing about this, he makes these crazy announcements when he's up in the Yukon. He doesn't do it sitting in Ottawa where there's way more media people around him to be able to ask him direct questions instead of being trailed around up on the Yukon. So it's almost ridiculous that he can't face the fire. He can only face the fire when he's up in the Yukon, he's in Peru, in Europe, okay, but he never wants to face the fire in Ottawa. And again, I think that's awful for him to have to do that. So again, that's kind of, I saw that. That's Facebook. I saw that. So just trying to make sense of all this. I love having the political. I like having the political debate, the political commentary. So if you have again something to say, email me. Send me a tweet, okay, and say, Mike, what are you talking about? Send something to my Facebook at Mike Thomas or even Knoxville Digital Media. I really would, give me what your thoughts are, and then we can kind of get this debate going. Let's keep it in the forefront and just try to effect positive change, okay? That's the betterment of Canada. And again, somebody running around like a small, I'm sorry, we kind of look at the messes around the world with Egypt and Syria and some of the other countries, and if we weren't Canada, we'd be taken as a Stephen Harper, just like those other countries getting tired of their leader, just basically not telling the truth, can't face the people, the media, the press, can't face it. If you can't face it, to get your feet out of the fire and move on. And that, again, that's my opinion, okay, on the Convergence report. A couple other things. We got like a downtown garage sales. It's just like, it's just, again, it's not on the net. You see the big things. You see the little things. And it's a downtown garage sale on Ouellette Avenue. One is it's kind of done through everybody. Down to the downtown garage. We talked about the downtown garage, so they're trying to put a little profile on it, trying to kind of bring it up. Okay, try to show people that's, it's a good thing. Come downtown to the block of Ouellette. You can. Actually, you can sponsor a table for $15. You would contact Windsor Pride. Windsor Pride at 519-973-4656. I have a slide maybe a little at the end of the show that I could show that the proceeds to this benefit will be Windsor Pride, and also the Safe School Program, or the Schools Out Program as we call it, when we're talking about, as they really had the kids down, they had the students down there this summer, really trying to promote Schools Out, trying to build them, because now like all that school board mess with the province was kind of done, so we can have an active year, okay, with the GSAs or the Gay Straight Alliances. So come down, you can be a participant, you can drop stuff off, that may help them raise some monies. It'd be a really good thing. And again, you know what, downtown, it seemingly being a fun place to be, so I think we should support it. August 24th and 25th, come on downtown, Ouellette on the 300 block, downtown garage. Also sponsored by, you got the Hoop Dreams, Shaw's Hoop Dreams Basketball Clinic. They'll be there from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Rock and Roll Street Extravaganza pre-party. You're starting to see a little bit of that. It's really pretty cool at Lefties on the O, or Ouellette. So again, Schools Out, Lefties, Windsor Pride, needing your support in the downtown core. Really trying to get people down there. Come down, take a peek, take a look. If you are down for Balloonapalooza, they're just trying to keep the same flavor, the same thing going. And I think that's going to be a lot of fun if you can take a few moments to do that. So give it a kick and see what you get. I'm going to stop here because my co-producer Alex is back. Okay, and this is Mike Thomas. You're watching a Convergence Report on XE's TV, live streamed by Nocstrom Digital Media out of the 720 Ouellette, the Downtown Windsor Business Accelerator. I'll be right back to talk about Balloonapalooza.
You're watching the Convergence Report with Mike Thomas, and this is the Convergence. This is XE's TV broadcasting live from downtown Windsor. You are watching the Convergence Report with Mike Thomas. This is XE's TV broadcasting live from downtown Windsor, from the Windsor Downtown Business Accelerator, 720 Ouellette. We'll be right back. You are watching XE's TV broadcasting live from downtown Windsor, and this is the Convergence Report with Mike Thomas. We'll be right back.
Okay, and we're back. And you are watching the Convergence Report. I'm Mike Thomas. And the other big thing that happened, along with the International Children's Game, and again, they blended it together, and it was Balloonapalooza. And it looked like it was just absolutely, I come down, and the streets were packed. It was actually hard to move around. It was hard to even take pictures and video, because people were just, there was so many people down there Saturday afternoon, and it looked like a heck of a lot of fun. And if we can just kind of scroll through, they had all kinds of different streets. If you just want to, just kind of, each one kind of just wanted to show the flavor of it. These again are Canadian-made balloons for Balloonapalooza from the Windsor, Essex County area. And it's just, they had great, and they weren't small. They were everywhere. They had them on the roofs. Okay. You had the Uncle Sam flavor. Okay. And G.I. Joe protecting the Balloonapalooza streets of on Ouellette there, and Chatham and Pitt and everywhere else. Okay. Big Dragon. We can go to the next one, Alex, if you'd like. Okay. Of course, every kid's favorite is Elmo. And I'm trying to see what the other one. Oh, that's, they had the band playing. It was Dave Russell Band. I actually had a little clip that it's not coming off like the way we like it to. But they had that band playing in the afternoon, the Dave Russell Band. So they played quite a bit during the afternoon, and they had a great big beaver there playing a guitar with that Canadian flavor. So that was really cool. And of course, again, the child's favorite of Elmo. Who doesn't like Elmo? So that was really pretty cool. So give me the next one. I'll just kind of go through them as I remember seeing them. Okay, and of course you have the big scary monsters for all the boys. Could be for little girls too. Okay, but mostly you need the big scary T-Rexes for the boys. And of course you had Bert and Ernie, and they're overseeing all of Ouellette Avenue. Okay, and keeping an eye on what was happening there. And they were on top of the Holiday Inn, so that was pretty neat. It was very colorful. It was really, really excellent. And we'll go to the next one. Next couple, and I see the first one. You know what? A nice little car, and it's at Shanfield's. And I remember I did something a couple years ago, and I talked to oh geez, like mind blank, the owner of Shanfield's, and said there's no parking. Well, yeah, you got parking. There was parking right in front, car parking right in front of your building, right there. And also you have the tugboat that was parked, I think over on, I think it was on Chatham. And so they definitely had all kinds of flavors of balloons. And again, they had the kids were jumping on them. Everybody was taking pictures with their cell phones, so it looked like very attractive. They had a little carnival with a Ferris wheel down by Victoria, down by the old Windsor Star building, down by the Mediaplex, St. Clair College Mediaplex. So they definitely had a lot of fun there. They had a little train that was taking the kids on a little tour all throughout Balloonapalooza. So we go to the next slide, Alex, please. Not sure where we're at now. And of course you have a Cheshire Cat, and again now you have the Canadian and American influence, which is kind of perfect, perfect with the games, showing an international type of flavor with international children's games. So it was really, really nice. And again, the Cheshire Cat, and that seemed to be another very, very popular one. There was a Ghostbuster one down on, I'm going to say it was Pitt, and that one, see, everybody kind of with a small little Ghostbuster one. And everybody wanted to really stand with the Marshmallow Man from Ghostbusters. So there was a lot of fun. And this is really my prophetic statement for Balloonapalooza, because it's depending on how they pair it up. How they paired it up, and how they paired it up was the Super Bowl, the Lombardi Trophy, with a lion right there in the background. So the prophetic Balloonapalooza pick for Super Bowl looks like it's going to be the Detroit Lions, and of course we'll come back with you on that when they win it. But there you go. I want to be the first person to report that one out. Lions win the Balloonapalooza Super Bowl. Okay, and I'm Mike Thomas. This is a Convergence Report, and we're gonna go away just for a quick second, come back, and then we're gonna finish up. Be back right after this.
You're watching the Convergence Report with Mike Thomas. This is Exist TV, broadcasting live from downtown Windsor, from the Windsor Downtown Accelerator. We'll be right back after these messages. You're watching the Convergence Report with Mike Thomas. This is Exist TV broadcasting live from downtown Windsor. We're back.
Okay, and we're back, and you're watching Convergence Report. I'm Mike Thomas, and it's just going to, as we're going to kind of finish up here, one of the ones, and Alex, when he has a moment, I want him to put up the slide. It was a golf tournament. A lot of golf tournaments this time of year. And this one is a little bit smaller. It's a GM. The GM retirees, it's kind of GM Lear retirees fundraiser. And they linked themselves up, of course, with Dragon Boats for the Cure and breast cancer awareness. And with Festival of the Cure with the Tecumseh branch. And it turned out to be a really nice day, beautiful days for a golf tournament. This kind of started, the supporting of the Dragon Boats and supporting breast cancer awareness kind of started with a fish fry a little bit earlier this year through Andy Jarosowitz and through Tony Sisti, the chairperson of retirees, kind of linked up with Andy and said, what more can we do for you? And then they did it, and they added it to the golf tournament this year to be the beneficiary. And then they were very, very fortunate that Jerry Oram, one of the founders for the Dragon Boats, and now it's Tecumseh, Ontario, but Jerry Oram was able to put a foursome together and participate and come in and come there and make a nice little announcement talking about how important it is to support Dragon Boats for the Cure, support breast cancer awareness, and how proud he was for you have kind of the GM Lear, or it used to be the GM plants of Windsor, and he says, what is so nice to see that they're still out there trying to raise money, trying to help out. And what they raised was approximately about, between the two entities, the fish fry and the golf tournament, about $4,400, $4,400, and it was like 1973, as they normally put their number for the GM Lear Retirees fundraiser. So very, very proud. It was a great day. It was a great, excellent time out at Fox Glen. So that was a lot of fun. And so again, as we're watching this show, if you want me to report out on something, please do. Let us know. Let's get to the next step now. Send us an email. Send me a personal email at writermiker@gmail.com. Hit our Facebooks with comments. Oh, y'all, and I did talk about, Alex didn't know, I talked about the garage sale, but now it's up on the slide. So one last shout out for the garage sale this weekend. Supports Windsor Pride, supports the GSA Schools Out programs. Okay, they're working really hard. It's down 300 block of Ouellette. Again, they're going to have music, and they have Lefties and a couple other places they're supporting. So you can call them, okay, or check out their website, okay, and you can donate stuff, or for $15 you can have your own table and participate in the actual garage sale yourself if you've got something to do and you want to come downtown. Again, because downtown seems to be a happening place to be. So let us know, okay, at Knockstrom, at Digital Media on Facebook, or Mike Thomas, okay, on Facebook, or tweet me, okay, at writermiker, or email me at writermiker@gmail.com. We want to know what you're thinking. We want to know what's going on. If you want me to add something to the show, I will, okay. I'm Mike Thomas. You are watching the Convergence Report, okay, XE's TV, live streamed by Knoxville Digital Media right out of the downtown Windsor Business Accelerator at 720 Ouellette. You know what? Come walk by the window. Give us a wave. I'm Mike Thomas. We will be back next week.